last project that I had the pleasure to introduce at the European level was an amendment of the Insurance Mediation Directive. And I thought it would be useful before we start to discuss how it works in practice to go back a little bit about what were the objectives of this exercise. And that is what I will briefly cover with you. One of the objectives of the European Union today, more than ever, is to bring Europe closer to the citizens. And one of the consequences of this approach is that a lot of attention is being paid today to consumer protection. And if we look at the insurance distribution, it's clear that the distribution channels for insurance products are not always very clear and transparent. And that was particularly the case for the sale of insurance investment products with an insurance wrapper. Because of these reasons, it was decided to amend the existing framework for insurance mediation, the IMD as it was referred to, and to replace it with a directive that would deal not only with the sale of insurance products through intermediaries, but also with direct sales of insurance products by insurance companies. EIOPA received more powers to intervene in cross-border situations. It's an issue that was raised yesterday, which is important because we see that in a number of instances, companies will sell insurance products cross-border, and the cooperation between the supervisory authorities is not always as good as it could be. There is a standardization of consumer information. You may be familiar with this, product information document that is now available for non-life insurance. Very important are the rules that have been introduced for product oversight and governance, and also the transparency for remuneration and the additional requirements for insurance-based investment products. Now we see also market developments. InsurTech and digitalization. In the insurance distribution chain, we see operators coming that are not regulated entities. There is more direct sales of insurance products, particularly in retail insurance. There is a market concentration in business insurance. There is pressure on fees and commissions by insurance companies that want to reduce their costs in order to be more cost efficient. And there is also an increasing outsourcing of parts of the insurance business to intermediaries. There is a new jargon. You see it on this slide. All abbreviations that are being used in all languages, including Romanian. So you need to know what is an IBIP, you need to know what is a PRIP, a PRIIP, a MIFID, a KIT, an IPIT, an EDD, a POC, an ITS, an RTS, and ESG. All these words are important. They're used in all languages, the same abbreviations. Very important in this list, of course, is this insurance-based investment product, the key information document, product oversight and governance, ESG, environmental, social and governance, and I will come back to some of these issues. These are the regulatory measures. I have just listed them, but will not insist on that. What is important are the rules on conflicts of interest. One of the ideas of the changes in the Insurance Mediation Directive was that people felt that the consumer should know more about how the intermediary, or if it is the insurance company, how it is being paid for the service that is being offered. Now it's very important to keep in mind, and I know for the Romanian market that is particularly important, that commissions are not prohibited. So the Insurance Distribution Directive does not prohibit commissions, but it requires transparency about the payment. But member states can go further. Romania can decide we don't want commissions anymore. That is a decision that Romania can take. Some countries have done that. For instance, the UK or the Netherlands have gone very far in prohibiting commissions. Important is this information document that is to be presented to all the consumer that buy a non-life product, and it's basically telling the consumer what he or she is buying. I mentioned product oversight and governance. This is new, and it's very important you see the objective underneath here. What is the objective? The objective is that when insurance companies produce an insurance product, they have to, first of all, analyze how this product will potentially correspond to the needs of the potential buyer. So that is very important. The process has to start with selling the right product to the right person. And next to that comes that the right product must also be sold in the right manner. That means that an insurance company must also look at the way its products are being sold through whichever distribution channel the company is using. These products and oversight and governance rules are going to be very, very important in practice, and supervisory authorities will watch that these processes are applied correctly. There are particularly complex rules for insurance-based investment products. There, the issue of conflicts of interest is very important. Remember, the customer gives you 100 and asks you to invest it in a life product. The question then is how much of the premium is going to go to the investment. That is very important, and the rules are very complex. The question then is also how many insurance intermediaries will still want to sell these products, because it is very costly to organize yourselves so as to be able to do that. The role of EIOPA is important. EIOPA has developed a protocol between supervisory authorities. It used to be called the Luxembourg Protocol. It's now a new protocol which has not attachment to any particular city. But this protocol organizes the cooperation between supervisory authorities of the various member states. Very interesting for you is the last tick on this slide. EIOPA carried out a study of the structure of insurance intermediation in Europe. It's a study that was released recently, and I qualify it as diversity in unity. Normally, Europe is about unity in diversity, but the conclusion of this study is that the structures of intermediary markets in our member states are so divergent that it's very, very difficult to conclude, to say, I compare Germany with Poland. It's completely impossible. Or France with Italy. The structures are very different. I invite you to read this study because it contains also chapters per country, so you can find Romania back in that. A recent development, and I will conclude by that, is the introduction, which will come soon, of requirements for intermediaries that sell insurance products to inform their customers about the environmental, social, and governance issues that may be involved. This is particularly the case with the sale of investment products, life products. The customer must be able to decide in what sort of assets the policy is going to be invested in. This is very important. This is the whole debate about sustainability, and that again is an area where more attention will be paid in the future, also by EIOPA and by further regulation.